Everything you perceive as separation is an illusion. Scientific discoveries reveal that everything in the universe is deeply interconnected, beyond the boundaries of time and space. There's a hidden energy field that links not only subatomic particles, but also your thoughts, emotions, and, most importantly, your destiny. This means your mind influences reality in ways you may have never imagined. What you'll learn in this video can permanently shift your understanding, if you truly pay attention. Imagine holding two identical balls. You throw one here, while someone else throws the other thousands of kilometers away. Now imagine that no matter the distance, the action of one ball instantly affects the other. This is not magic. It's a real phenomenon called quantum entanglement. Confirmed by experiments, entangled particles remain invisibly linked, instantly reacting to each other even across vast distances. But what most people don't know is that this principle extends beyond the micro-world. It affects your life, your mind, and your energy. If everything in the universe is energy and particles, then your consciousness too is bound by these fundamental laws. Your thoughts, intentions, and emotions have far more influence than you realize. When you understand and consciously apply this truth, you unlock the hidden energy that has always been within you. Look at the thoughts you repeat daily. Look at your current reality. It's a reflection of those thoughts. Are you trapped in worries, debt, fear? Remember, you are the creator, the absolute consciousness itself. Before you can fully harness this truth, you must understand how your mind connects with the universe. Thoughts don't just stay in your head. Quantum researchers have discovered that consciousness interacts with the very fabric of reality. The HeartMath Institute has shown that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field, capable of affecting not only your own body, but also your surroundings. This means your emotions and intentions ripple outward, influencing others and even shaping events. If thoughts are energy, and energy never disappears, ask yourself, where does all that intention and emotion go once you release it into the universe? Quantum entanglement suggests that everything in the universe is interconnected, including the very particles that make up your being. When you think with strong emotion, your vibration can resonate with distant parts of the universe, attracting events and opportunities that match your frequency. This is why some people seem to encounter the right circumstances and chances as if by magic, while others remain stuck in cycles of struggle. The secret lies in how your thoughts interact with the invisible energetic field that surrounds everything. In the early 20th century, quantum physics began to reveal a hidden side of reality. The double-slit experiment showed that light particles behave differently depending on whether they are observed or not. This demonstrated that consciousness itself can affect matter, a discovery that challenged traditional science. But even more astonishing is quantum entanglement. In 1935, Einstein, Podolsky, and Rosen proposed the EPR paradox, suggesting two particles could remain connected across light years. Decades later, physicist Alain Aspect proved it, showing that changing one particle instantly affects the other, with no signal traveling between them. This confirmed the existence of an invisible field of connection that transcends space and time. Now think bigger. If everything is made of the same fundamental particles, isn't it logical that your mind, thoughts, and energy follow the same universal principles? Your subconscious acts like a living antenna, constantly receiving and broadcasting frequencies. Your thoughts are not just private events in your mind. They create electromagnetic waves that ripple through space. And most importantly, this radiation isn't mainly driven by your conscious mind. It originates deep within your subconscious. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several meters beyond the body. This field interacts with other energy systems, acting as a bridge between your emotions and the surrounding environment. And who controls most of this process? Your subconscious mind. The subconscious is like a radio, constantly receiving external frequencies and broadcasting signals based on your deepest beliefs. If your subconscious holds negative patterns, it vibrates at that frequency, attracting matching experiences and situations. But if you learn to observe and shift your thoughts and emotions, you can start transmitting a new signal, one that reshapes the reality around you. You may have noticed that when you're in a negative emotional state, everything seems to go wrong. But when you're filled with positivity, opportunities seem to appear effortlessly. That's because your vibrational field mirrors what's stored in your subconscious. If the subconscious can emit and attract energy, shaping your world, why don't most people consciously tap into this power? From an early age, we're taught that reality is fixed, that life is purely material, and that change only comes through physical effort and rational thought. This limited worldview disconnects us from the deeper quantum nature of existence, trapping us in a narrow version of reality. In fact, 95% of our daily behavior is controlled by the subconscious mind, which is largely programmed during the first 7 years of life, when our brain operates mostly in theta waves, a highly receptive, almost hypnotic state. During this time, we absorb beliefs and limitations from our environment without question. Even if you consciously want abundance, success, or happiness later in life, your subconscious may still emit frequencies based on childhood programming, quietly shaping your adult reality. And even if rationally you no longer believe those old ideas, the subconscious continues to run them as truth. That's why many people feel stuck in repeating life patterns, unaware that their vibration is still being dictated by outdated inner programs. The connection between your internal beliefs and external reality is a direct reflection of what quantum physics calls entanglement. The real challenge is not changing your outside world, but updating the deep programs within you. Just like a computer can be upgraded with new software, your subconscious can be reprogrammed with new beliefs, allowing you to create a completely different experience of life. If everything in the universe is connected, how exactly does this connection work? The answer lies in quantum entanglement, a phenomenon that challenges our very understanding of reality and points to the hidden power within each of us. The most astonishing part is that this connection happens without any visible physical signals, as if there's a level of information beyond space and time that holds everything together. Your body, mind, and consciousness are all part of this vast interconnected field. And this connection isn't just theoretical, it can be activated and used to transform your life. Research by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff suggests that consciousness may arise from quantum activity within the microtubules of brain cells. This means your own thoughts could be entangled with the universe. When you think and feel, your vibrations aren't confined to your mind, they resonate through the quantum field. Your intentions, emotions, and even your worldview send out energetic waves, influencing the environment around you. You may have experienced moments where you knew something bad would happen, and it did, or thought intensely about someone, and they contacted you soon after. This is quantum entanglement at play between your mind and external reality. If subatomic particles can instantly connect across vast distances, imagine what happens when your mind aligns with that same frequency. Your intentions begin to manifest more rapidly. You attract circumstances and people who appear at just the right moment. Everything you think and feel sends energetic transmissions into the fabric of reality. Thoughts aren't isolated. They create vibrational patterns that influence your surroundings. It all starts with the generation of a thought, either spontaneously or triggered by outside factors. This activates neural networks in the brain, releasing neurotransmitters and hormones into your bloodstream, affecting your physical state and emotional response. For example, stressful thoughts trigger cortisol release, leading to anxiety. The brain then compares the body's physical state to the emotion, reinforcing or altering the original thought, creating a feedback loop. If unchecked, this loop can amplify negative emotions, or positive ones if you're centered in gratitude or joy. Recognizing the relationship between thoughts, chemistry, and emotions is key to breaking this cycle. When faced with unwanted emotions, we have three main options. First, resist them, which often strengthens them. Fighting emotions usually creates more internal tension and discomfort. Second, simply let them flow. Accepting that every emotion has a beginning and an end helps you realize it, too, will pass. This reduces resistance and allows emotions to naturally dissolve. Third, mindful awareness. Observing your emotions without judgment and understanding their root causes allows true healing. This approach is the most effective for lasting inner transformation. It's important to understand that within each of us lies something far greater, a divine presence, a higher self that is always with us. This state of unity, however, is overshadowed by the ego, which creates a powerful illusion of separation from the world. When we start observing our thoughts and emotions from a distance, we begin to realize that the ego, our small self, is far less than the whole of who we are. In fact, it's merely an illusion, formed over years of conditioning. This realization helps dissolve negative states. Through honest and unbiased observation, we recognize that our true self is not confined by negative thoughts or the roles we play. It is something infinite, unchanging, and deeply real. Instead of resisting or dismissing emotions, we can practice mindful awareness, seeing our states clearly while acknowledging the divine presence within. This simple shift can lead to profound healing and transformation. If you constantly focus on failure, fear, or scarcity, your body vibrates at that frequency, influencing your choices, behavior, and, most importantly, the reality you attract. Conversely, cultivating thoughts of success, abundance, and gratitude raises your vibration, and your reality shifts to reflect it. If you aim for success, but were raised believing that only a few are lucky, your subconscious may create invisible blocks that sabotage your progress. It's not enough to consciously desire something. You must align your deep vibration with your intention. Anyone experiencing struggles, suffering, or illness must realize one crucial truth. You are your consciousness. Your only chance for change is to be brutally honest with yourself. Self-deception is a costly mistake. Look closely at your current life. You are surrounded by countless thoughts you give your attention to, thoughts that shape your reality. When you say, "I have debts," or "I'm sick," realize these are just thoughts. You, as absolute consciousness, are focusing on these thoughts, and that is why certain patterns keep repeating in your life. Those who believe they are poor, sick, or helpless have locked themselves into these roles through their identification with limiting thoughts. Recognizing this is the first step toward change. God would not be God if he could not create a stone he couldn't lift, meaning his absolute nature manifests in all forms, whether broken or whole. Similarly, you embody this divine potential. The circumstances you experience are a reflection of the thoughts you nourish. If you loop around problems, "I have debts, how will I manage?" you're reinforcing them. Remember, you are consciousness itself. You are alive, and that alone is a miracle. Why stress about what might happen to the body? The body comes and goes, but you are not your body. If you are entangled in endless striving, stop identifying with the limited self. As absolute consciousness, you are pure and infinite. Just like a diamond remains precious even when covered in mud, your true self remains untarnished. If you fully realize this, you will transcend your limitations. You will form thoughts from presence, not fear. You can perceive yourself as abundant because true resources never run out. You don't worry about how much air you'll have tomorrow. So why limit your perception of abundance? No one stops you but yourself. The idea that opportunities require struggle is not a universal truth. It's a human belief. Begin to celebrate life itself. If you lose sight of the miracle of being alive, you get trapped in illusions of lack and hardship. Everything exists because you exist right now. When you start celebrating life, life will start celebrating you back. But if you live through resentment, fear, and self-hatred, you continue to experience suffering. Recognize your absolute nature and allow yourself to be free. See you again on Quantum Mech, wishing you light and blessings on your path.